All right, guys, in this video, I'm gonna be going over my exact Fibonacci retracement levels and my strategy for entering a trade on a lower time frame with the Fibonacci retracement tool, okay? This is otherwise referred to as the 1-2 setup. The great thing about this entry model is that it has a very high risk to reward, and more often than not, this setup will play out. So I'm gonna run through exactly what to look for in my exact settings. Let us jump into it. So this is the formation that you guys are gonna want to look for when using the strategy. So ideally, you want a trending market, okay? Either in an uptrend or a downtrend, making higher highs and higher lows. Now, all that you're looking for, guys, is a retracement into your discounted zone. So if I were to take the range from the most recent low to that most recent swing high, I'm looking for trades within my discounted zone, okay, or below the 0.5 fib. I never take a long position when price is in premium, meaning when price is above my local midpoint, I will not look to take longs. I will only look to take shorts, okay? What this is ensuring, okay, by waiting for that retracement to discount, is it is ensuring that I am getting a high risk to reward trade with the least amount of risk. A lot of people seem to think that when price is higher, the risk is lowered. No, it's the opposite, right? When price is higher, when you're buying into a premium zone, that is when risk is also higher, okay? You want to be longing within your discounted zone, which is the 0.5 fib and below, okay? Ideally, the golden pocket fib, okay? Which is the 0.618 and the 0.65 Fibonacci retracement levels, okay? This is the main Fibonacci setting that I use when I first learned about technical analysis and trading like 6-7 years ago. The golden pocket was one of the first things that I learned about, and it's something that I still use to this day, just based on how accurate these levels are. This is also what I've implemented into my easy algo trading indicator. So if you guys are having trouble plotting these levels for yourself, you can just simply load it in on the indicator, which will be the first link in the description below. But it's very simple to draw these levels, okay? All you're doing is you're drawing the fib from that swing low to that swing high for a long position, or you're drawing the fib from that swing high to that swing low for the short position. Step number 2 is you're looking for a point of interest within your discounted zone. Now, what is a point of interest or an area of interest, right? What does this mean? Okay, this could be a higher time frame key level. Okay, this could be a higher time frame fair value gap. This could be a higher time frame order block, right? So there's many different point of interests or areas of interest that people like to use, okay? I like to use horizontal levels, so support and resistance levels with price history. I also like to use fair value gaps and order blocks. So again, this completely depends on the setup, right? Each setup is going to look a little bit different. But based on my example here, my point of interest is going to be this key level here, right? This previous area of resistance that now gets flipped into support. Maybe there's some fair value gaps here as well. Maybe there's some order blocks here as well for some more added confluence. So once I have my point of interest, all I'm waiting for now, and this is what makes this strategy so great, because you're not trying to catch a falling knife, right? Because for all we know, price can just continue lower and break through our level. But by waiting for the 1-2 setup into our key fib zone, we are avoiding catching a falling knife, and we are waiting for that break of structure, for that confirmation to go long, targeting the external highs. So as price is coming down into our POI, like I said, we're looking for a lower time frame break of structure, meaning we want to see price create an impulse or explosive move to the upside off of this level, and then a retrace into our key fib zone, which is the golden pocket fib, right? So the same fib that I was using to find this higher time frame area of interest, I am using the same Fibonacci retracement levels on a lower time frame to enter the trade, okay? And when you're using this strategy, there are a few different ways you can enter the trade. You can either go to a lower time frame, look for bullish momentum or bullish divergences, or you can simply set a limit order here, okay, with your invalidation at that most recent swing low, okay? Because what we're anticipating here by waiting for that impulsive move up and setting limits here at this golden pocket is we are anticipating that higher low, right? So we have that lower low, then we have that higher high. We are anticipating that higher low to push price to the upside to these external highs. So if price loses this low here, then our thesis is invalidated, okay? Very important that before getting into a trade, you need a thesis, right? What is my thesis behind getting in this trade? Where is my thesis invalidated? When do I move my stop loss to break even? Everything in trading needs to be logical with reasoning behind it. So this is exactly what the formation will look like. I'm gonna show you guys this not only with real-time examples that have yet to play out, but also with some recent trades that I posted in advance inside of the Pro Discord using this strategy. Okay, just in the past week alone, we're up around 15R trading this system. Meaning if you were to risk, let's say $1,000 per trade, you would be up around $15,000 just in the past week inside of my channel alone using this system. Okay, to start, we're gonna look at this Bitcoin long position that we got in literally right here inside of the Pro Discord. Okay, I also talked about this level on this channel. Let's jump into why we were looking for a long here and then our lower time frame entry using the 1-2 model. So in this case, guys, our point of interest was this 4-hour order block right here, okay? So this 4-hour area of consolidation, this was also a key easy algo support zone. You can see we also had this 1-day support zone, and we had this external liquidity level or swing failure pattern. This is why I say your point of interest doesn't really matter, because a lot of times your point of interest will overlap other areas of interest, right? So it doesn't matter if I'm using order blocks or if I'm using key levels or if I'm using a swing failure pattern of this low. 99% of the time, these are going to overlap. So I was looking at this level, right? Sweeping this low right here, tagging into this order block. So at this point, guys, all we're doing now is going down to a lower time frame. What I'm doing at this point, guys, is I'm looking for bullish momentum on my easy oscillator, which is my own custom momentum oscillator that I have coded. So as price is making a lower low, I'm looking for momentum to be increasing to the upside, which it is doing. Okay, so now that my long idea is validated, I'm going to a lower time frame for my entry. Now, if you didn't get in on the 5-minute inversion right here, you could have got in on the 1-2 setup, even going down to a 1 to 3 minute time frame. We have our break of structure right here on the 3-minute time frame, meaning price is making a higher high. Now, what do you notice about this move here to the upside, right? This is an impulsive move to the upside or a displacement move to the upside, right? Strong bullish candles. We're not sweeping this high. We have a strong candle closure above this high here, creating bullish fair value gaps. So that confirms that this is our one move to the upside, which is where the 1-2 setup comes from. So this is our one impulse move to the upside. This is going to be our second move. And now we are anticipating that third impulsive move to the upside. So this is where we draw our golden pocket fib from that swing low to that swing high. Set our limit order here at the golden pocket fib. Now, where do you place your stop loss? Again, if you're entering on a lower time frame, I like to put my stop loss at this low right here, okay? Because the price comes down and makes a lower low, then my thesis is invalidated. I want to see price hold this level. We're moving our stop loss to break even at the most recent structure high. So as soon as price sweeps this high, we're moving our stop loss to break even. And guys, we are targeting the external levels. Okay, this is why this strategy has such a high win rate, because you're entering trades on a higher time frame point of interest and you're going down to a lower time frame for entry. You are looking for these massive risk to reward trades, right? Targeting these external levels, right? This is where I said a TP1 on the Bitcoin long, right? At a sweep of this external level. Okay, same thing here on Ethereum, using setups I've called in real time inside the Pro Discord, right? So step number 1, we are in an uptrend, right? Ethereum is looking bullish. We have higher highs and higher lows. Step number 2, I'm waiting for price to come down to my area of interest, which in this case, again, is this 4-hour order block here, okay? This 4-hour area of consolidation. We also had some low resistance liquidity or equal lows here. I post all these setups, by the way, inside of the Pro Discord in advance. So if you guys want to follow my own personal trades and get access to the indicators on my screen here, make sure to click the first link in the description below, right? So price tagged into our point of interest. All I'm doing now is going to a lower time frame, looking for that 1-2 setup. Okay, here we go down to a 5-minute time frame. Okay, we get our break of structure right here. All we're looking for now is a retrace into our golden pocket fib. Tags right there, stop loss at this low, and we are targeting the highs all the way up here as our full take profit. Now, not only did I call this trade, I also called the continuation trade right here. So as long as price is continuing to break structure to the upside after tagging that higher time frame point of interest, you can continue to look for long positions on a retest to the local golden pocket fib. We saw that 1-2 move up from here. Then we saw another impulse move up here. Now we can look for the same move again on a retracement to that golden pocket fib, right? As long as price is continuing to break structure and we are yet to reach our target, which is the external liquidity level, then we can continue to look for longs, right? There was our re-entry and there was our trade right there. So that's how to use the 1-2 setup to find an entry when you are at a higher time frame point of interest. But what if you're trading on a slightly higher time frame, right? Can you use the same system and the same entry model to enter a trade? The short answer is yes, because price is all fractal. What works on a lower time frame is going to work on a higher time frame. However, that being said, when you are on a higher time frame, like a 4-hour and above time frame, I still like to go down to a lower time frame using the 1-2 setup to find an entry. So let me show you guys in real time what I mean. We just talked about how we saw that initial reaction here from that liquidity sweep from that low right here. And we saw that impulse move to the upside, breaking structure here. So this setup here is valid, right? For another 1-2 setup here on Bitcoin to continue high. Now, again, there's two ways I can enter the trade. The first way is I can set limit orders here on Bitcoin, targeting the all-time high here as my full take profit for a 5 risk to reward ratio. Or what I can do is go down to a lower time frame and use the same strategy that I've just showed you guys, right? So I have my higher time frame order block here marked out, my higher time frame support zone, whatever you want to call it. So all I'll be looking for now on a lower time frame, guys, is what I just showed you, right? So for price to come down to this level, look for that one impulse move up, and then look for that lower high into our local golden pocket fib. And that is going to be the highest risk to reward trade, meaning the highest reward with the lowest amount of risk. Because now, instead of this being my entire stop loss, my stop loss is just this right here. And my reward is still the same, right? I'm still targeting these external liquidity levels. Now, instead of price having to go all the way back up to all-time highs to hit my risk to reward of 1 to 5, price only has to go up to this level right here. And I actually have a higher risk to reward, even though price is not moving as far, simply because I'm going down to a lower time frame and I'm waiting for that higher low off of my higher time frame point of interest. Okay, same thing here with Ethereum. I can see that Ethereum has reached our higher time frame target here, which was the all-time high. However, market structure is still bullish, so I'm still okay with taking longs when price retraces to our golden pocket fib. So I see I have my point of interest here, which is my daily order block. This is also a horizontal level as well with price history. You can see this level is acting as resistance, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, and now I'd be looking to test this level as support once again. So this is going to be a key level, right? So there's two ways to enter this trade, right? Number one is going to be setting limit orders here at the golden pocket, or what we can do is go down to a lower time frame, such as a 15-minute, even a 5-minute time frame, and look for that impulse move up and look to catch that higher low. Something else I like to use as an added confluence when I'm getting that entry on a lower time frame is looking for those bullish divergences, okay? Anytime I have a multi-time frame divergence analysis, for example, here on Ethereum, where I'm seeing bullish divergences on a 4-hour, 2-hour time frame, and then I'm seeing bullish divergences down to a 5-minute time frame, that gives me a ton more confidence that this trade will play in my favor, just because there are so many confluences on so many different time frames. Well, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. There was so much sauce in this video, so make sure to leave a like if you found value. Comment something down in the comment section below. If you guys want to follow my exact trades, I don't want to be tooting my own horn too much, but guys, I've been absolutely crushing inside the pro group. All of our pro analysts have been crushing inside the pro group. Then make sure to click the first link in the description below, along with getting access to my own personal trades and analysis on a daily basis. You will also get access to the indicators on my screen here, including the easy algo indicators. So if you guys want to completely remove the guesswork in finding these golden pockets, right? Look at this. My indicator will automatically pull up these levels for you automatically, okay? The exact same levels that I am drawing, this indicator will draw for you automatically to save you time and headache. So if you guys are interested in that as well, that's gonna be the first link in the description below. But that's gonna be it for me in this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more trading content, and I will see you guys next video.